Hey everybody, I'm Tyler Jackson. It's February 11th and it's time for the 2-minute News Minute. Let's start the clock. It's the Impeachment Trial Halftime Roundup. Donald Trump's impeachment trial continues today with the prosecution wrapping up their case. Trump's team will begin presenting their defense tomorrow, which is very likely to consist of the sentence, yeah, he said we had to march to the Capitol, he said we had to fight, and he said we had to stop Congress, but not once did he say we have to march to the Capitol and fight to stop Congress. It's called implication, people. Case closed. Over and over again for 16 hours. The argument that Trump was just exercising his free speech and never explicitly encouraged violence is honestly so pedantic, I'm half expecting his defense team at some point to say, well, actually, Trump is the name of the doctor. The unruly mob is called Trump's monster. The other big argument in defense of Trump has, of course, been he's not even the president anymore, so it's unconstitutional. I mean, he is the president because of fraud, but he's also not because our case kind of hinges on it. You get it, whatever. That acquittal based on him not being president anymore is going to be so bittersweet for Trump. If you're still hoping that some Republicans in Congress will find their spines and actually consider the charges being levied, let me tell you right now, it is like sub-zero pay to visit to the Senate floor.
Flawless victory.
Not a spine in sight. Lindsey Graham straight up told Trump on Tuesday that he will be acquitted, and several Republican senators were criticized for doodling, reading magazines, and napping during the trial. This is the fate of our country, but they're literally treating it like they're in detention, like it's the Breakfast Club, except everyone is Emilio Estevez and nobody learns an important life lesson. The Palm Beach Town Council has ruled that Trump can, in fact, live long-term at Mar-a-Lago because he is considered an employee of the club. And you know, a lot of presidents have interesting post-office careers like humanitarian, film producer, painter, and now guy who technically works at a country club so he can legally live there. Moving on, Bruce Springsteen's Super Bowl ad for Jeep has been pulled after it was revealed that he was arrested in November for drunk driving. Turns out it wasn't thunder you were hearing on Thunder Road. It was the sound of Bruce Springsteen accidentally driving up onto a curb or whatever. When asked why Jeep would hire an artist for their commercial with a recent DWI, a spokesman responded, "It's a Jeep thing, you wouldn't understand." Finally, an assisted living center in Colorado has created a homemade hug tent out of plastic sheeting with holes in it, allowing loved ones to safely embrace while also following COVID guidelines and cosplaying as the scientists from E.T. Also, you do not want to know what happens in the hug tent after hours. Let me just say a warm embrace ain't the only thing happening through that hole in the sheet.